And welcome to today's episode. If you played on that came across there was Chatties. Today we have food provided by Dan Kelly, who handmade everything, grew the tomatoes himself, and put the made the Parmesan cheese, and in Italy made it over there, and then all the wafer crackers. That took a lot of effort to do. You even stamped them. I was so impressed with that. It's so well stamped. So Arnott's stamp on that. That was well done. Anyway, but enough of the silliness. So we've been doing ranges for the last few weeks, and we're going to continue on that theme with one of my more favourite winemakers and one of my more favourite ranges, which is David Franz. So David Franz, or David Franz Lehman as his full name is. David Franz is actually Peter Lehman's son. He doesn't advertise this, he doesn't tell anyone this, but if you're in the Barossa and you know him, you'll figure out pretty quickly that he's Peter Lehman's son. I believe he doesn't have any sort of oenology degree or winemaking certificate or anything like that, but you don't grow up as Peter Lehman's son and not know how to make wine. His brother Phil is actually one of the great names in Barossa with his winemaking skills as well. And anyway, so Dave, I believe that he has his Stonewell vineyards, which if anyone who bought Peter Lehman back through the 80s and 90s knows the word Stonewell turning up on their wines a lot, because they were great vineyards, well tended, looked after, really well managed. I believe Dave owns them now, or has them, might sell a bit of juice off, but his production is remarkably small. This is literally a family-owned boutique winemaking concern. His cellar door is, when I was last in, it was by appointment only. I still think it is by appointment only. He might have opened it. I did know he developed it up and is actually looking pretty good. I haven't actually been there myself, so I can't comment on that. But his wines, we've been ranging for, I think, about 15 years.
Yeah, I've had them a long time.
Had him a long, long time. He's gone through some changes over the years with different styles and different wines that he puts together. He's expanded the range in the last few years as well. But we're going to look at the 5, not the major ones he does, because there's actually, I'm putting one in there that's just a little bit different and interesting, but we're looking at least 4 of the really classic ones that we sell a lot of here. And the one that we're missing is the rosé, which is one of my more favourite rosés, but we've drunk a lot of it, so I didn't think we need to put it on because it's just awesome. If you walk in and say, what's the best rosé we have in store? I'll probably say David Franz's rosé. It's a grown-up rosé. But we're going to have a look at the rest of the ranges now. So, starting off with, this is his Eden Valley Rosé. Eden Valley Riesling. Rosé wine. It's got an R in it. So he has 2 different Rieslings. He's got Eden Valley Riesling, which is, I believe, from the Eden Valley blocks, and he's got Eden's Edge, which is on the cusp between Eden Valley and Barossa Valley. So this is the blue one, which is his Eden Valley. So we'll have a look. Now, what are you expecting to get out of this before you drink it, Dan?
Should be dry, crisp. I haven't smelled it yet, but see whether it's got any infusion characters or oiliness to it.
But what's the main dominant flavours are?
For Riesling?
Yeah, lemon and lime.
Yeah, lemon over. They can change one over lime or one over lemon.
I believe this is just a generic term. Lemon over lime is Eden Valley, and lime over lemon's Clare. I think it is. That's how they sort of talk about it. It's definitely got lemon. It's actually got lots of lime to it. Actually, it's more lime cordial.
Yes.
Maybe it's lime over lemon. I'm thinking of in that case, possibility. It does have that little fusel note on the nose, but it's not on the palate. Now, Riesling is one of those wines that, whilst having none of the major protectorates that you normally see in red and white wine production, due to the higher acidity and the phenolics in the grape, it actually is a really good aging style Riesling.
This is like on the start of the Riesling, because of that dip.
Well, the dip.
Yeah, it's a clear palate.
So this is Dan's dip. What's in this dip again, Dan?
Sour cream base with paprika, cayenne pepper and garlic salt, salt and pepper.
The recipe being the link after.
That being said though, there's a good hit of cayenne pepper in
There it is. But I kept adding it because I couldn't taste it at the start. But I can taste it now.
there.
You taste it tomorrow.
More garlic.
This is a really, actually the garlic's really lovely in this too. This is really cleaning the palate.
Goes real well.
Just takes strips of oil and straight off.
Yeah. But it's not a really hard acidity, which is really nice. And it's not I've been getting a lot of like lemon sherbet acidity coming off a lot of the Riesling. This one isn't. This is actually more true to what
Clean.
Riesling style is for me.
Clean wine.
Yeah.
Still got that real fusel nose, but definitely none in that.
Another thing. It'll age when in a couple of years' time that fusel note will start beginning to develop a lot more. But yeah, that's just a lovely little wine. If you're actually after Riesling, if you're after good Riesling, you can get Riesling fairly inexpensively. You can pick up, I mean, even your top end Rieslings, you're only going to pay $55 for a top end one. I don't know of many more that get much more expensive than that, apart from your Germans, of course. We're sticking to Australia though. But Riesling is one of those great varietals that, I mean, you can buy one for $11 from Eden Valley, which is like in the Yalumba White Range, which is eminently drinkable. Even Jacobs Creek, which I'd never really espoused, their Riesling's good, nice and solid. You can get some really good ones, and you get some really fantastically made Rieslings from Riesling Freak, Pusey Vale, Heggies, David Franz, Brockenshack. All those guys do really lovely Rieslings too. And it's such a really, like, you really can't go wrong. I haven't actually found any reason that I go, oh, I can't drink that. Stuff from Canberra, still good. Yeah, it's really good. The only time you ever get a sort of a hit or a miss thing is generally when someone tries to make like a German style Riesling. Once you get those German style Rieslings which have residual sugar, if they haven't got the acidity to balance it up, then they look just cloying and sweet, which some people absolutely love. So, but as I said,
it's all a fair bit of the Langmont, but that's the sweetest one.
yeah, that's the Lifeway. That's a sweet style as well. But as I said, like this is a dry style Riesling. Beautiful, well integrated. I think it's really well made. And also you might notice all the bottles are really funky. Like this one's got like paper wrapping on it. And once you actually remove the paper wrapping off it, the bottle itself still it's all etched in. So David's background is graphic art, and it does show with a lot of his labels and labeling that he does. This is really funky. This is literally the kind of bottle you buy someone for a present. So if anyone comes in looking for a present, you just direct straight to that. Yeah, there's a lot of work in the bottles and a lot of work in the artwork on the bottles. And in fact, he does occasional limited releases that have got really funky artwork. I got one for Christmas one year. Yeah, and then there's the pop as well that he did there. He did pop 1, pop 2, and pop 3, which I think were all Cabernet. But yeah, so as I said, he's really invested himself into this, and you know he is feeling a lot better. He was sick there for a little bit, but now I believe he's getting a lot better, which is great. Because as a face and a name of Barossa, I think he does a great job. And more to the point, he's not smashing out bulk juice everywhere that turns up in Dan's.
Yeah.
So we're really big fans of his. All right.
He's got him on the wall, but you can't see him on the
Yeah,
camera.
you can't see him on there. He's up there, decided to drown himself in wine,
As you do.
As you do. Now, this is plain turn right. Why is it called plain turning right?
Stick drift.
Stick drift. Pick someone who actually knows about planes. Yeah. Rightio. Dan?
I don't remember. I know I've
You
heard
don't
the
remember?
story a few times, but I can't remember.
Okay. So, what are the grapes in this, Dan?
I didn't bring the glasses.
Merlot. Yep. Petit Verdot.
Merlot 52%, Petit Verdot 22%, Malbec 14%, Cabernet 11 or 12%.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything.
Right. So those 4 grapes are only missing 2 grapes to be what style of wine?
Would be French.
A French, yeah. Which region of France?
Not Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm.
Bordeaux.
Right, yeah. So Bordeaux. So Bordeaux, the Bordeaux blend is Merlot, Cabernet, Malbec, Petit Verdot, Carmenere, Cab Franc. They're the 6 grape varietals that are in there. Now, is it Cabernet dominant or is it Merlot dominant?
This one.
Yeah.
It's Merlot. Yeah.
Merlot dominant.
No.
So in Bordeaux you have the left bank and the right bank. The left bank is Cabernet dominant, the right bank is Merlot dominant. So plain turning right, or right banking. So there you go. I thought it was pretty clever. I really was. That was really good. Now this is also a very big favourite amongst a lot of people.
Delicious.
Yeah. There's got a bit of age character coming through.
They're not too much.
No,
It's,
it's
2018.
2018.
but the Merlot's definitely the dominant grape.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Beautiful.
earthiness up front.
Yep.
And everything else up slowly dries it out. With that.
You get those purpley fruits from Petit Verdot. I've got.
It's one of those wines, you know it's good, and then every time you have a bottle you go, that's right.
This is good.
That's fine. This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate in our store in that we have such a broad range of wines that, as I said before, we go back to why don't we? Oh, we should remember this one. Why don't we remember this one? You're beeping.
Oh, chocolate glaze.
So again, if you like your French style wines, Dave is he's not your typical Australian winemaker where he goes and makes a big blousy Shiraz and a big overblown Cabernet. He really likes balance in his wines, and he really likes, I won't say restrained, but just elegance, and yet still has power, which is really nice. His wines are on point, they balance,
Always well made.
they're just really well made. So, yeah.
A great acid to it. Now it's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Just strips the palate clean.
Mm.
But it's got that really juicy Merlot wood. Yeah. Really well made. So yeah, this is one of my favourite wines.
Yeah.
These are 30.
$35, yeah. So we are now looking at a fairly mid-range or well, we can't say top range because top range is 100, 200, but this is a really good mid-range wine. So assuming entry levels between 0 and actually budgets of up to 12. Then you have your sort of entry level between 12 and 20, and then you've got your estate range wines, 20 to 35. This is in the estate range wines, probably
Slightly above it.
is above, yeah. But as I said, he's not a big producer, so he's not got the quality of quantity as it was renowned. So he doesn't make such huge quantities of it. So yeah, he makes a good solid wine every time, and he spends a lot of work and effort on it too, which is great. So.
We'll be going back to that one.
Yeah, I think that'll be a taste afterwards too, because as that breathes, that'll get even better. Now, the oddity one. This is the one I wanted to pull out because...
Is this the straight Mataro?
Yes, it is.
This will be interesting, because I remember not loving that last
Yes.
one, have it?
Yeah, I do remember that too. But we've actually begun to really enjoy Mataro. So I don't know whether... Stop stealing my water. I don't know whether it's actually our palates are changing, or if it's a stylistic approach that we just didn't get, which happens.
Well, it's a straight Mataro.
Straight
We
Mataro.
don't normally.
Yeah, we don't normally see it.
No, I don't think.
Well,
Yeah,
Pirate
it
Crew,
wasn't there was Paul made it, it was just such a different grape to get straight.
I haven't seen a lot of them in the shop. I haven't really, none of them stand out. Besides this one, obviously, the bottle makes a big difference.
Yeah, this is his waxing lyrical Mataro.
Have you ever tried playing that?
No, I haven't. I must give it a
See
shot.
if it is actually.
Yeah, see if he's actually thought that one through.
Okay. So, look, Shaddy's rushing. Tchaikovsky. Okay,
That was a Russian joke.
that was like the guy rushing up the hill.
And it's also got musical notes all over
Yeah,
it.
it does. It's like the guy going up the hill to the brothel. He's Russian.
Russian?
Wow. That is big, dark fruits.
I seem to remember it being quite tannic.
First sip, I'm a fan of that one. The first little sip.
It's got like a real Christmas cakey note to it though.
That's not bad.
It's not No, it's a real Christmas cake sort of note, that really dark plums.
That's nice.
It is tannic, but that's what Mataro is for.
Yeah.
The other part is that we've been seeing some Grenache Mataro Shiraz recently.
Yeah.
We really love the depth and flavour that the Mataro brings out. And the only other Mataros we've had are Pirate Crew's Imps Delight Mataro, which was remarkably similar to this. But oh, that nose, that's just a lovely nose. You'd sit there and sniff the nose, really. Like having a bump of Mataro.
It's quite,
I don't know what you mean.
it's not big punchy fruit. It's
Yeah.
very quite soft and restrained, but
But there's a really punchy flavour through the mid palate though. Ooh.
and it's not as cloying and
Yeah.
tannic as I remember actually.
No, but I think I remember when we did have it a while back now, we tried it, we were having it with a whole bunch of other really juicy styles. And it might have been just so
So different from
So
what we've
different,
already
yeah.
done.
Also, I think the food complements us a lot today. Well done there.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Mm.
I live on compliments.
Yes. Well,
I don't pay me, eh, so-
that's good enough. No, you definitely just do compliments for us. All right. So, do you like that one, guys?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that
Yeah.
actually.
That is a bit of a sleeper in the store, really. That's quite lovely. He also does, would you believe? Okay, he does an Arnaise, a Semillon. I think it's a sweet Semillon too, like a late harvest Semillon. He has a vintage port as well. Yeah, he's got quite a range. Oh, he also even does a cider, a scrumpy cider. So I think he's got many fingers and many pies, seeing many men and different dogs. So
Go and see Man and Dog.
yes.
I was starting to
Now
worry
this-
about where you're going.
Look at the colour on that. Yeah. Look at the colour on that. That's awesome.
HP Shiraz.
Yeah, HB Shiraz. This is actually a homage to his father. So Peter Lehman, when he was at Saltram's, he actually developed the HP Shiraz. The HP Shiraz meant the hydraulic press Shiraz. So different types of presses. You've got, the old screws. You've got the hydraulic press where it's like you pump up. You fill a bag essentially.
Feet.
Yeah. No, not quite. You've got that as well, but yeah. So what happens is essentially what they do with a basket press is they get a screw, they press it, and it goes through the basket press, and all the juice comes out. And what's left is the skins and a lot of juice. With the hydraulic press, what he did was he actually went, you know what? There's a whole bunch more juice I can get out of this. Let's do it, and produced the hydraulic press Shiraz. It was meant to be a sort of an entry level style Shiraz, but the flavours and the tannins, because it was a sort of a soft press due to the hydraulic, the nature of the actual bag that was pressing it through, it didn't cause a lot of the seed or stalks, or actually the seeds, to snap, and therefore you didn't have all of those really bitter tannins and going into it. So you literally got this. So where you got your initial juice, you had lovely, red, lovely sort of semi-red juice with a bit of skin interaction. Then you have to go and leave it on there. With the it's almost macerating it, but really soft maceration to get more of those tannins out into the wine. So the HP Shiraz or hydraulic press Shiraz was developed for Saltrams. I don't think they do it anymore. I'm pretty sure they haven't done it for decades.
So it's in a separate bag, but then it just uses the hydraulic ram to.
Yeah. No. So the bag is actually the thing that actually expands and actually presses.
Okay. Well, that's not really hydraulic, is it?
Yeah. So what do you think goes into it?
It's oil?
Okay, let's go.
Hydraulic ram is run on oil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hydraulic.
Hydraulic, hydro meaning water or liquid.
Okay. Try running a hydraulic ram on water.
People will be, because let's face it, fuel's getting hard.
Can't afford the oil for hydraulic fluid anymore.
Right. Now.
I already tasted it.
Beautiful.
It's too good.
Yeah, that is really, really good. And the best part is that it's got oak notes in there. It's got winemaking. It has some serious winemaking to it. Right, that's really lovely. The range he has above this range, this is still 30 to 35. The range he's got above this is essentially his George's Walk, named after his daughter. Ben's Promise, named after his son. He's got Alexander's Reward. I'm not sure who that's named after. But
Alexander.
I'm going to go Alexander, but I'm not sure exactly if that's a son, daughter, or otherwise. He's got Mal's Blend, which is one of the blokes that used to work for him. Mal's Blend is literally a non-vintage blend of reds. And then he's got the Larrikin, which is his puppy. His puppy. It's got the big puppy face on there too. And he's got Nicole, which is his wife, which is in the lower range. I don't know quite why he did that. That seemed like that was a bad choice on your part anyway. But he used to do a Nicole Sparkling, and that was amazing as Sparkling Shiraz. Just an amazing wine. And he stopped doing it, and then he turned it into a Nicole Cabernet, I think it was. But yeah, he's renowned for, you know, his family wines, essentially, the kids and that. But he's also got the alternate view Shiraz, which is like $100 odd bottle, which we've got over there. He also has, I can't remember the number for it. It's like a 214 or a 211 or something like that. Someone asked me to get it in one day, so I said, hey, can I get some of this? And he just sent back an email laughing at me. I was like, okay, that one just comes out of his wine for him only.
Yeah.
So yes. Because they said, oh, can we get 4 dozen of that? I went, oh, no, I'll ask him. Yeah, no, he just laughed at me. So, you know, we can get most of it, we can't get all of it.
It's almost like a chocolatey, velvety.
Oh yeah, velvety chocolate. And just like that sort of little bit of stewed fruit in there too. Just beautiful wine. You're just sitting there going, oh, this is good. And you don't really want to go on for this because this is just, I'd like to sit on this for a while now. But we've got a video to finish, so.
After.
That is
I've
good.
forgotten how good it is. I've had that.
Might be my favourite Shiraz, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
off the top of my head.
Yeah. This is the thing is, as again, we go, oh yeah, how good is that one? How good is that one? Then we try this and we go, oh yeah, that's really good too. Actually, that's exceptionally good.
Probably a bit of recency bias, but that's really nice.
You know what? I was going to say we're pretty open on most of this. I'm quite impressed. So, the thing is, I'm looking at it going, excellent, really good, amazing. One more to go.
Or is this one going to make it or break it?
I don't know.
Make it the streak.
Well, let's see what happens. Is this going to be the winner?
Or is it going to fall flat on its face?
Well, I can kind of guess right now.
The
This-
reward.
Alexander's Reward, Cabernet Shiraz blend. Now, this is $70 range essentially. 70 to 90, I think it is. I'm not sure, depending on where you buy it. Oh, look, there.
Oh. See what happens when he just leaves?
What I'll do is just give you that.
Yeah.
He'll never know.
Yeah, we'll see what he says, see if he's noticed.
See if you notice.
We'll say waited in.
That's kind of mean, isn't it?
I'm gonna test his knowledge.
Oh wow. Oh, holy
I
relish.
don't know if that's the most noticeable nose I've got.
Oh, the Cabernet on that's amazing. And by the way, Dave is a Cabernet fiend.
Yeah, yeah.
He loves his Cabernets. And his Cabernets are made not in that really punchy, overblown sort of Coonawarra style, or even in that sort of rounded, softer Barossa style. His is made quite unique, and is just beautiful and round and balanced, and I won't say almost old world, because I think it's got much more fruit, much more power, and much more depth of flavour than a lot of the Bordeaux that I've had in the same sort of price point.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chateau Petrus is still going to kick ass and everything, but still. Oh, the nose on that.
Have you moved on?
Oh, we have. We were waiting for you though.
There was a technical issue.
Oh, okay.
So they called me.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, you're the IT department now, it seems. Is that all right? That's a beautiful one.
Well, Shiraz.
Yeah,
Right.
fantastic.
That was Shiraz.
He picked it straight away. Well done.
Bugger.
Oh,
Where's that velvety chocolate gone?
where's the velvety chocolate? It's now on to the next one. Alex Reward.
Well, that was a nice little palate one.
So now it's time for your reward.
Now it's time for your rewards. Oh, Cabernet Dominant. Beautiful wine. Oh, Chatty, we would have filled yours up, but you just, sorry.
What's work?
I was working. Oh, that's the excuse, isn't it? Aren't we all?
At least they weren't cruel to you.
Yeah.
Oh, we just poured him some good stuff, and then we just said, what do you feel
I
like
thought I
this?
was finishing the Shiraz, so I was going down there. That's not a Shiraz. Oh. It's trying to trick me.
Rightio. So, a Cabernet Shiraz. So, Barossa Cabernet, Barossa Shiraz. What about it makes it Barossa? Dan, you want to start?
What about the Cabernet maker?
Yeah. What is the giveaway for Barossa Cabernet?
What do I think the hard questions?
You're the one that's most knowledgeable here.
Yeah, no, you are.
Yeah, Trip back and ask questions. Hello, really good chicken too.
I'm sorry. Made myself later.
Later.
Hang on. If you're laying this
Yeah,
year,
that could be a worry.
So brought some Cabernet.
So, okay, so what do you get in Barossa Cabernet?
I get a little bit of spice and pepper. I always think there's eucalypt in Barossa, but that's probably not Coonawarra, isn't it?
So, for me,
It means starting from the beginning, maybe. Black fruits.
yep,
Black fruits. It's a
softer tannin,
yeah,
rounded tannin,
rounded tannin.
not that chalky tannin you get from Coonawarra.
No, not nowhere near Coonawarra. So yeah, okay, a softer tannin.
Softer tannin,
If
rounder.
we've got to compare it to the other ones, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. But the Cabernet in that is just delightful. It's actually though, remember we've had quite a few Barossa Cabernet over the time. So just the Cabernet component on this is just a little bit more balanced, a little bit more, the structure is a lot better. A lot of them are just a really lovely drinking Cabernets. Let's just take Bronte as an example. Eden Valley Cabernet, good dark fruits, lovely rounded tannin,
Yeah.
higher acidity, but the depth of flavour in this is just, and this is just on the Cabernet component, it's just awesome. Like those fruits are not pitched and rounded, these ones are just balanced and on point, very, very clean. And the Shiraz
A lot of that's in the timing as well, picking and
picking, yeah, which is actually harder on the valley floor than it is over and up in Eden Valley. But as I said, like just for me, the Cabernet component on this is just absolutely delightful. And he is a real master of Cabernet. I really like Dave's Cabernet, always have. You know, there's quite a few people who I really respected for their Cabernet. You know, you had obviously Dave, You had Elderton. Their Cabernet was always exceptionally good. Ashmead is one of my favourite wines.
So, yeah.
Absolutely top of the line
And
favourite.
even their estate range.
Oh yeah, their estate range is fantastic. Big Bob McLean, his Cabernet, his Master's Cabernet was just fantastic as well. So there's some really good Cabernet producers, and I think probably the pick of them, especially in this price point range, and even in the $70 to $100 price point range, I think Dave's Cabernet is pretty much on point. It's the one that you just go, if I could grab something for $100 that I would drink every day, his Cabernet for me. His Ben's Promise Shiraz is excellent, but I still prefer his Cabernet styles.
I've got a little bit of like licorice almost on
Yep.
the nose.
Yeah. Star
Not,
anise
not
licorice.
so much, yeah, not so much in on the palate, but definitely, yeah.
Well, the Shiraz part is bringing this little bit of olive tapenade in there as well. It's a beautiful one, and remember this is a Cab Shiraz, 2018, fantastic. Luckily, we picked up some museum stock of his, which we tried first, and then went, yeah, that's definitely $100 bottle. That was just fantastic. So
So that's
overall,
what we said before. That's all 5 good. All 5 hits.
all 5 hits so far. So the question I'm going to ask is, which one would you actually take home?
As an everyday drinker, the HP Shiraz any day of the week.
Yep.
And if there's something special, probably the plain tuna, right?
Oh, okay.
That's a great blend.
It is a real good blend. Dan?
I think the Matara's taken me for a bit of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Stan's been like, oh, I've had it before.
Yep.
Hit and miss, but it was taking me. I'm a big fan of that one,
Yeah.
actually. That's Matara.
It's definitely different from what I remember it.
I think the aging has actually allowed it to come together a bit better.
But also, Dan mentioned Plain Tuna Rock. That's another beautiful one, too.
Yeah, it is.
You've got a point on the aging. I'm probably 5 years older since we had it.
I will say for me, the Alistair Award is just phenomenal, but the HP is just excellent. Yeah, and actually, I love them all. They're all really solid
real
wines. They're all really good, and we sell enough of them to floor stack them, which is
Yeah.
unusual because we don't floor stack things at $30 now.
Not
So
normally.
no, so his stuff has always been. I think it's always been like a signature of ours. We like boutique, small production winemakers who are family concerns, and I think he epitomises this across the board for his stuff.
Customers will come in and go, oh, you got those things. I guess you can't find it to send it.
No, because it doesn't make enough of it to do that. Well, I have to say, at the end of that, what a great range. And the thing is, though, I only pulled the 5 off here, the sort of the major ones that we sell a lot of, except for the Matara, which I just threw on there. But his Rosé is exceptional, Den's Promise is exceptional, George's Walker is exceptional, Mal's Blend is exceptional, Larrikin's exceptional. His Pirate Cruel, the alternate, the alternate view Shiraz.
It's one on the end, is it?
Yeah. We had that, and I remember we just sat around afterwards looking at each other going, yes, yes and yes.
Well, that's what happens when we crack a bowl open. That price is up.
Yeah, it was excellent.
But
So-
that's what you want to expect.
Well,
too,
you-
right? So
you
this
do it-
gotta be
yeah.
really special.
And this is the thing, I think it does. It really does deliver at those prices. So I'm quite accepting. Well done, Dave. Good on you.
Yes.
I'll say
Well
that.
done.
So I'd say drink well.
He's made our wall of fame.
Yeah, he does. Drink like a savvy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Travi.
Oh, Dan's
I
beating
think
me
we'll
up.
just have another bottle of that one.